Hello, Aqua Clan. Thanks for joining me today for this monochromatic painting, and we are going to make our own gray. You can use whichever combination of contrasting colors that you enjoy. I made my gray by mixing phthalo blue with transparent pyrrole orange, and I'm making a very smoky kind of foggy background, very out of focus by working wet on wet. I'm using a calligraphy brush to paint in the tree lines here. This is a very quick project. It's good practice making your own grays and blacks. If you want your gray to be darker, then use less water when you're mixing the two colors together. I do like to charge some of those areas with a tad more blue for some interest. I like to use salt in the foreground here. I thought it would give it a nice dreamy look. So I'm going over those areas. My paper is still damp, and I'm putting in some of that tree line back in because it kind of faded into the background a little too much, and I wanted a bit more definition there. As the salt starts to react to a point that you find attractive, you can lightly brush it off with a fluffy brush, or a fan brush works really good. So I'm starting to paint in with a very thick consistency paint some of the foreground trees. So not only is this a monochromatic painting, and not only is it using a neutral color that we are making ourselves, but it is also a value study. So if you did want to do this in color, it's really good practice to do a small little thumbnail painting of the landscape that you want to do in black and white, just so that you get your values down. So we're hitting all sorts of different practices today. So I am painting in this main tree. I'm being light-handed with these tiny branches and the foliage on the branches here. To do the foreground tree, I forgot to mention, but I did leave the paper dry first. So this is working wet on dry at this point. So I'm building up my tree. I'm increasing the contrast on some of the foliage areas. So I switched to my script liner brush to make some of the dead brush that's in this scenery. And for some of these stumps that are standing up erect like this, I am adding a little extra water to the base to make it kind of disappear into that foreground brush area. Adding a little bit extra blue in certain areas like I did in the foreground. So it's just a simple but very pretty landscape, and it's also a really cool value study, and we made our own neutral color by mixing contrasting complementary watercolors. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Let me know in the comments what you think of this tutorial and if you have any suggestions for next month. Thanks and have a great day.